I'm in the market for a new 3D printer. I'm trying to decide, do I buy another H2D dual nozzle printer? Do I upgrade to a 7-nozzle H2C? Or do I go with the more budget-friendly single nozzle H2S? I've watched almost every video and reviewed the documentation from Bambu Lab, and I've realized there are some key considerations that have not been talked about anywhere that would significantly influence which of these printers makes sense for you. In this video, we're going to break all that down. But don't worry, we're also going to cover the more common reasons you would pick one of these printers over the other. By the end of this video, you'll have a good idea of which of these three printers, if any of them, make sense for you. Picking the right tool for the job is the single most important thing to consider. Think back to the early days of 3D printing. Options were limited, and you basically had one printer for everything. Today, there are specialized choices depending on what you need. It's like this. If you're trying to build a birdhouse for a school project, you just need a simple handsaw. If you're building a real house, you're going to reach for a power saw. Choosing the right printer works the same way. You want the one that matches the scale and complexity of the projects you plan to tackle. Consideration number one. This is why we're sticking with the H2 series in this video. The series has significant features that unlock a lot of potential for 3D printing, as well as time-saving features that prevent you from needing to babysit the printer too much. First, the auto bed leveling just works. I don't have to babysit the first several minutes of every print startup. I can even remotely start prints and be confident that they're going to work. Next, the heated and actively maintained chamber. This allows printing with ASA, nylon, and other engineering materials as easy as it is to print with entry-level materials like PLA. High temperature or strong materials, no problem. Then there's the smart auto detection features. From nozzle to bed to filament types, the printer can alert me if I make a mistake in setup before I waste any filament or ruin any prints. Finally, error alerting. If the printer detects a failed print, it alerts me so I can go correct it before wasting a lot of filament. These features cut down on my time babysitting the printer while unlocking potential for some pretty amazing projects. Consideration number two is that of waste. Obvious, a little bit less exciting, but still important to cover. Bambu Lab really leans into the waste angle for the H2D, and they doubled down on the less waste angle from the H2C perspective. And that's great. I think we all agree. Waste, bad. Here's the idea. The more nozzles you have, the less waste you'll produce because you don't have to push filament through a nozzle to clean it out and prep it for the next color. Kind of like washing paintbrushes as a kid. If you're just painting for fun, a little bit of waste really isn't that big a deal. But if you're a high output artist, that waste starts to build up. So if you're printing a lot of multicolor prints, you might be swayed more towards the H2C. Less multicolored prints, or don't print that often to begin with, the H2S may be a better solution. The H2D sits somewhere in the middle. Consideration number three is multi-material printing. This is where things start to get a little bit more interesting. The H2D is really optimized for dual material printing. I can print high-grade engineering materials with easy and cheap breakaway supports in the same print. The H2S can do this too, it just takes a lot longer to do. The H2D has a significant limitation though, that those two materials have to have similar melting temperatures because the two nozzles sit right next to each other. The H2C with its tool changer can overcome this, and now I could print potentially with wildly different temperature materials. A couple of cases where this would be really cool. If I want to print a box that's going to sit in the sun, but I want a seal for that box so it's also watertight, I can't do that on the H2D because I can't print ABS and TPU on the same print head. I've tried it, the TPU just sort of melts out of the other nozzle. The H2C would be able to print this without a problem. Another cool capability the H2C could bring is that I could print with an engineering grade material, typically black in color, And I could inlay accents with much lower temperature materials, such as PLA, which has a large color variety. So if I want to print something like a logo on a box, I could do that with the H2C, while still maintaining significant strength or temperature properties of the engineering grade material underneath. The H2C gets us one step closer to being able to hit print and have a fully assembled product at the end of the print job. Consideration 4, multi-nozzle magic. This is where things get truly next level, and it's what nobody's talking about. With multiple nozzle capabilities, the printer can swap nozzles either mid-print or between prints, unlocking a host of new capabilities. The first of which is quality and speed. I can use in the same print a 0.2 nozzle for very fine detail, while also using a 0.8 nozzle for infill. That basically adds strength and fidelity to the model. Material-specific nozzles. I can dedicate a nozzle to TPU, known to be a material that's very finicky to deal with. I can have a hardened steel nozzle for abrasive materials. And I can have a high flow nozzle for those that are capable of high flow. All I have to do is specify what nozzle to use, and the printer automatically swaps it for me. Less time in front of the printer is always a win. This is the kind of feature that takes your workflow from good enough to next level. It's all about maximizing efficiency, letting you dedicate time where you want, as opposed to babysitting the printer. Consideration number 5, reliability concerns. The H2C implements the dual nozzle head as well as a tool changer. It's sort of like the H2D plus a tool changer. Now, it's up for debate, but this adds some increased concern about reliability. If they designed the tool changer with the same reliability that they did with the H2D dual nozzle head, I can rest a little bit easier because I haven't had any issues with the H2D. Part of me was hoping to see just a single nozzle H2C with the tool changer. This would open up a larger print volume, as well as keep that head lightweight and as simple as possible. That being said, I'm kind of happy that it has the dual nozzles because I do such a high amount of dual material printing. Another thing to consider with the H2C is that not only are you managing the filaments from a lot of different printers, you're also managing the filament that was last in each nozzle. I really hope Bambu Lab did a good job of figuring out how to present that to the user in a meaningful and easy to understand way. One more thing, the upgrade path. Bambu Lab says they'll support the H2D to H2C upgrade path, which is great. The H2S to H2C, they say stay away from. This is probably from a cost prohibitive perspective. A quick recap. Remember, make sure you pick the right tool for the job. Don't pick a handsaw if you're building a real house. The more nozzles you have, the less waste you will produce. Bounce that off of how much you print and how many times are you using a lot of different materials. Multi-material and multi-nozzle prints. Eliminating the need to manually swap nozzles is a key feature of the H2C, reducing your time in front of the printer, while supporting a lot of different material properties. And lastly, the H2C is a far more complex printer than something like the H2S. Reliability will be a key thing to watch out for as these printers are released. Consider your workflow, types of materials you currently use, and the types of materials you'll want to use in the future. Now you're ready to decide which Bambu printer is right for you. And maybe none of these three is right for you, and you might need to look at a different line of printers. The H2C is definitely a front runner for my next printer. I'm looking forward to the release so that I can verify the capabilities of the printer. I'll be sure to update you in a future video. Thanks for watching. If I missed anything that would be helpful for other folks to consider, please let me know in the comments below. Have a great day.